Yo, what's up guys, how y'all doing? Welcome to a new video, and I've got a special one for you today. So, I'm showcasing the new hero. I'm going to show the moveset, just a few little things, pretty much like just a beginner's guide. And just kind of, you know, get the feel for the hero and show you what she can do. Now, there is a lot to take in, so, you know, it's going to take some time to really get used to this character. I would say she's got a very high skill ceiling, and she is probably the most unique character that they have created so far. So there is a lot, so go grab a drink and sit back and relax. Alright, so let's start off with the basics. Basically, you know, she does have infinite lights, infinite heavies, obviously until she, you know, runs out of stamina. Don't take too much notice of the damage in the bottom right for these, because I'm going to go into more details of these in a bit. But yeah, basically, she does have infinite lights. Like I said, you will see different damage properties in the bottom right, but don't take much notice of them yet. We'll go into that. Same with heavies as well. And again, you know, different properties on the heavies and stuff, different damages. We'll get into that. She does have a running bash. Bit like gladiators, you know, it doesn't do any damage or anything, it's just kind of a little misplacement kind of thing, and you don't get anything confirmed from it. So she does have dodge light attacks, she doesn't have dodge heavies, so a dodge light attacks are pretty cool actually, because you can kind of, it's called bait and switch, you can do any direction. So for example, if I dodge attack to the left, I can actually just go any direction now. Obviously, he's blocking to the right there, so I can't show that, but you can actually delay them pretty, like, you can actually really delay them as well. Like, right at the end of the dodge, they're just, like, very, very delayable to, like, the last frame, pretty much. That's obviously not just on side dodge attacks, that's forward as well. Again, you can, like, delay that so much. She does have a neutral bash, which confirms a light attack. So, dash forward, do the light attack. Again, you can delay that quite a lot as well. So, you know, good mix-up potential for like a guard break. So, actually, from guard break, any directional heavy, it's all the same damage. But again, you know, we're going to get into the different stances and different postures, which, you know, you will decide which heavy you want to do, which is going to be best for the situation you're in. So, you know, left side heavy there. You get a top heavy. All the same, 24 damage from that guard break. But again, you know, you go into these different stances, which we're going to go into now. So she's got 3 stances. And you enter these stances basically from finishing an attack. So even just for a light, for example, you will go into the stance, or even from a heavy, you will go into the stance. You can cancel. You can press cancel and come out of the stance. Or of course you can dodge out of the stance. She's got a nice little back dodge animation as well, which I think is super cool. Like really, really nice. Like you'll find that just her animations in general are just so good. Like I've never seen a character like this. She's actually crazy. And we haven't even scratched the surface yet. So let's get into the postures. So from these different kind of postures, so you've got the top stance posture. You've got the left stance. You've got the right stance as well. So these are all very situational. So for example, the top stance, this is the Duelist stance basically. So from the Duelist stance, your lights are 400 ms. So you get 400 ms from any direction. But like I said, if you do go into the left light, for example, that will put you into the left stance. So if you want to stay in Duelist stance, you do want to kind of do your mix-ups from here. So your lights are 400 ms. You do have a 400 ms bash from here, which does confirm a light. Actually, I don't know if that's a 400 ms bash. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, you can pretty much kick here. And your unblockables are heavy as well. which are obviously feintable. So we're in the Duelist stance again. Your heavies are unblockable from all the directions. So the left side stance is pretty much for ganking situations. So so if you want a light attack from this left side stance, it actually just does bleed. So you'll see in the bottom right, it did 1 damage initially, and then 3 ticks of 3, so 10 damage overall. So that adds a bleed, and that's again any direction light. So from the left stance, the heavies don't have any special properties, but they are more damage than the other heavies. So for example, if I heavy out of here, that's 30 damage. Them again, you know, any direction, but obviously whatever direction you finish in, you're gonna end up in that stance. And from this stance as well, she does have a bash, but it's a different bash. It's a different bash on all stances. You saw the top stance was a kick bash, which confirmed delight. The bash from this left stance is actually a pin, because again, it's part of the ganking stance. So it's kind of like med-J grab. You can't feint it, but obviously it can be confirmed with like a teammate and stuff. So that is a pin there that does 15 damage. Again, it's kind of treat it the same as like med-J pin, for example. I know it's a lot. I know what you're thinking. What the fuck? Like, how am I supposed to keep up with all this? It is overwhelming at first, but literally if you just spend an hour kind of playing her, you will get a really good feel for her and understand how she works. Like, you know, she's got a high skill ceiling, but like I said, we've got more to go through yet. We're not even there. There's a lot. So the right side stance, I'm just gonna bash him because, you know, he's got his guard to the right. So the right side stance is for anti-ganking. Okay, so your left side's for ganking, your top is for duels, and your right side is for anti-ganks. So your heavies from this stance have hyper armor, which pretty much comes out instantly. Those have hyper armor from all directions. And the light attacks are just normal lights, but they do crush and counter. So let me just put the bot on attack, and I will show you. Alright. And obviously, you whatever side you're crushing counter in, you will finish on that in that posture. So now I'm in the left side posture. And also the bash on the right stance as well, the anti-ganking stance, is just kind of like an AoE bash. It doesn't confirm anything for yourself. It can hit opponents around you. So it's kind of like an AoE bash. You know, it's kind of like a get the fuck away from me kind of bash, which you can maybe like use as a bit of an escape tool. So she does also have soft feints. So let's talk a little bit about the soft feints now. She does have soft feints like Aramusha in chain. So let me show you, for example. So we're just going to enter a stance, and from here you can soft feint a heavy into a heavy, and depending on which direction heavy you choose, it'll have the property from that stance. So for example, you guys know that the heavies on the left side more damage, the heavies on the right side have hyper armor. So if I soft feint top heavy into right heavy, that's going to have hyper armor. So from here, if I want to soft feint heavy to heavy again, you on the left side, you're going to know that it's more damage heavy, and on the top, it's unblockable. So say for example, I soft feint now right to top, that's going to be unblockable. So it's about just learning which stances and which like directions have the different properties, and then you can kind of really mix things up, because like her mix-up potential is nothing like I have ever seen. So again, from here, if I want a more damage heavy, I'll soft feint to the left, and that's going to do a 30 damage heavy on that side. So you can actually just soft feint the heavies into lights as well. You don't have to just do heavy to heavy, you can do heavy to light. So again, if you want to bleed your opponent, you can soft feint to the left, and that'll do the bleed stab. If I want to do a very quick 400 MS stab at top in the Duelist stance, then I'll feint the left heavy to the top light, and that's going to do a very, very quick 400 MS stab. And obviously you guys know that the right side lights do the crushing counter, so you might get an opportunity where you can crushing counter the right side. Like that, for example. It's pretty tricky to do, but like, you know, again, it's situational. If you see maybe a heavy coming in or something, and that hyper armor pretty much comes out like almost instantly, so you can kind of trade on red here if you wanted to. So she actually has something called riposte, which is really fucking cool. So like I said, we're not done yet, there's still more, but check this out. So I'm gonna put my opponent here on pretty much just attacking me a lot. Let me put his stamina on like off pretty much. So whilst I'm in stance, I can actually evade every attack whilst I'm in this stance, and that is including bashes as well. So let me put him on a bash too. So I know what a lot of you are thinking, like, what the fuck, man, this is crazy. Yeah. So you can dodge all of the attacks. The only thing that beats this is guard breaks and undodgeables, I believe. So you can actually do a quick riposte after dodging one of these attacks. And again, depending on the direction that you choose, you'll finish in that stance. Again, you got to be pretty quick though, because if your opponent does chain, he could like hit you out of it real quick if you don't like press it quick enough. But you do have to, of course, be wary of your stamina, because whilst you're in any of the posture stances, you don't get your stamina back. So when you're getting like low stamina and stuff, you can obviously kind of dodge your way out of it, or just cancel. You don't even need to dodge out of it, you can just cancel. And like I said, you don't have to just do the riposte with the light, you can do heavy as well if you wanted to. You can also taunt in these postures as well, you know, kind of like Highlander. If you press Y, you can do a little taunt. And there's different taunts for each direction. So she's just got such a very cheeky personality, you know. She's got a very cheeky and a very like trolley kind of personality. I mean, you can kind of see that in the emotes anyway, you know. So also she does have a zone attack, and it is a bash pretty much. A lot of people will look at this and think like it's an attack. It is a bash mainly, and it does 1 damage. But it does confirm a follow-up light any direction afterwards if you land it. So for example, again, you can choose which direction of which posture you want to go into after it. But yeah, that's pretty much 13 damage if you land it. It is feintable. I think it's 800 MS. So like it is feintable, so it's good for catching guard breaks. Again, you know, whichever heavy you want to do to whichever stance you want to get in. So the out of stamina punishes. So obviously when you're out in the open, from parry, you want to do a left side light, because then that's going to unlock your more damage heavies, because as you know, the heavies on the left side in chain are more damage. So you want to do left light, and then you'll do the heavy. So whichever heavy that you want to do on this punish, obviously is depending on your situation. If you're in duels, for example, you'll want to go into the top heavy, because then that's going to put you in like an unblockable mix-up. Or like you can go into your kick and continue your chain. Whereas, for example, if you're in like an anti-ganking kind of situation, you might want to go into right heavy, because then you have access to your crushing counters on the external or stuff like that, and hyper armor as well. So it totally depends on your situation for this. If you're in a 2v1 situation, like a ganking situation, you might want to do left heavy, because then that's gonna put you in the left stance, where your opponent's going to be where your teammate is going to be able to confirm a bleed with the stab, or obviously the pin. So it's really situational, and that's what one of the things that makes her so fucking unique. She's so good. It's the same with the throw as well. Basically, it's the same with the throw as well. Light into whatever heavy you want, basically. The only thing that's different is if you're near a wall. So let me just push this guy near the wall over here. If there's a wall behind your opponent, you can get 2 heavies. So you don't want to like switch your guard after you've thrown him. You want to pretty much do it whilst you guard break. So for example, if I guard broke him and I throw him against the wall, and then I switch to the right, I'm not going to get 2 heavies from that. So what you want to do is, depending on which stance you want to finish this in, you need to switch your stance widget as you guard break. So for example, if I want to finish on the right side here, I'm going to switch my guard there as I guard break. See what I did there? So as I'm guard breaking, I've switched my stance there, and then I'm able to get the 2 heavies. Definitely recommend checking out Hero Tactics as well, because this is going to pretty much take you through everything a lot better. And also at the end as well, it gives you some mix-ups to practice. So for example, on this one, so it wants me to do a bash, confirm the light, and then it wants me to like soft feint stuff from here. So it wants me to soft feint the left or top heavy to the right, light, and then right heavy to top heavy. So I think I did that right. No, I didn't. Oh, it wants me to go into to a bash at the end. Okay. Shit. Okay. There we go. So this gives you some nice little mix-ups to practice. So this one's actually got an evade in it, so check this one out. So this wants you to zone and then light, evade, and then soft feint. I did it wrong. So this wants me to evade, do the riposte, and then soft feint the right or top heavy to the left side light. Okay. There we go. Oh, and then bash at the end. That is stamina, but that's fine. There we go. That's nice little mix-ups that it shows you. So, very cool. Definitely recommend trying out Hero Tactics to get a feel for her. So I'm not going to really go too much in depth with the feats, because I'm not like a massive 4v4 guy. I feel like there's other content creators that were going to post videos like Freeze, for example, who's going to really be able to show you more in depth about the feats. So I'm going to leave that to them. But obviously you can see the feats here on screen. Make out what you will of those. But I do highly recommend checking out somebody else's videos for the feats showcases. So I'm going to do some other videos as well, where I'm going to be showcasing the executions, the emotes, potential spammable emotes as well, and also going through the fashion a little bit of weapons or armors. So keep your eye out for that video. But also another video as well that I'm going to be doing is obviously duels. A lot of you watch the early access duels videos that I do, whether I'll be with like a Breaker Run or Kenzo, Nova King, anyone else, whoever's up for some duels. I'm going to be showcasing her live in some actual fights, so that you're going to be able to see how she works and how she flows with all the mix-ups and stuff, and how everything comes together that I've shown you today. So I really hope this helped. I really hope you learned something. I hope I managed to explain stuff well. You know, I'm not like, I don't really do a whole lot of these like little guides and showcases and stuff like that. But yeah, I think like I said, you know, she can be maybe overwhelming for a new player. But the thing is with this character, she's got a high skill ceiling. She's going to be someone like it's going to be difficult to master. And I like that personally. You know, I don't want like the boring standard heroes. These are the kind of heroes that I want in the game. I think she's the most unique designed character they've done so far. That's just my opinion. But I just know that you guys are going to love her once you get your hands on her, man. Thanks for watching anyway, guys, and I will catch you in the next one. Keep your eyes out for other videos. Bye-bye.